over, Nigeria was losing $2 million a day for bunkering. But people never knew what was bunkering. We had 18 registered bunkers. There were over 1,000 illegal bunkers.
That was as far back as 1984.
Yes, when we took over. General Omo, very distinct. Now we cut it down to discipline. We chased bunkering out. We stopped bunkering.
You were able to identify them?
Oh yes, they were arrested. Like about 40 something of them were arrested in Port Harcourt, and they were threatening that if I come, they will kill me. I went there. Now the particular Lebanese, we broke down the jetty. We had a task force. We monitored land, sea, and air. But once I was going to Bonny, I was going to see the tumor on Bonny Waters. A vessel chased me. They didn't know I was the minister. They thought I was illegal bunker. It was discipline. I was disciplined. Then we know if you about that I'm talking to the world and myself are there. If I'm lying, my staff will tell me we work 70 days a week in my ministry. So Zambia country is great. If you come to my office, you'll see statistics of our production. Every oil company must give me the production within 48 hours. Latest.
And they complied?
Of course they complied. Then I plot the graph. My staff are listening. I plot the graph. As I went there as a research scientist, I bring research methodology to manage oil industry. If you come, I can see the graphs. I can see how it goes. So we made impact. Nigeria is the only country in OPEC that had increase of quota.
Is it possible to get back to that
it's possible.
84
it's possible.
moment
it's possible.
Joy?
It's possible. It's possible if Nigerians put their feet down. It's possible if you have the right people in place.
Let's say, are you saying, I wanted to say, let's say the fates are down, so what should we be doing now?
What Nigeria should be doing? to resist any wrong policy.
We have been told that sorry, to just cut that answer short, but we have been told that the country as it stands cannot afford,
it's a lie.
Not the subsidy now, but that we cannot afford to do 1,000 other things that we really want to do because we do not have the money. Because of the money we're spending, subsidizing in quote, because you have said that we did not need to subsidize.
No, you don't take away from something that doesn't exist. You don't take something from something that doesn't exist.
Because if you say that we need to fix our refineries,
yes,
or even possibly build new ones, the question will be, where would the funds come from?
Beautiful. The amount of money you use to import fuel will build at least 8 refineries in Nigeria.
Presently?
Yes.
So if we now say, okay, for this time, we're going to remove fuel subsidy so that we can free this money to build the refineries.
I will not even talk about remove. It doesn't exist. Stop your profligacy. Stop your corruption.
Professor, Prof, are you saying that they've not been putting money to subsidize, like if I get the petrol?
No, they are not. It's the common man that is subsidizing rich man. They are not. If what they are doing is right, why are they spending millions to pay consultants to campaign? Why are they spending millions? And they talk about rubbish. I look at this, and they are spending money. These are paid people. They paid people. During Shonekan's time, a particular local consultant got 20 million for campaign to remove subsidy. And these advertisements completely wrong. They said the refineries we have here, if we remove subsidy, he said the refineries in Nigeria are foreign refineries. So you will do something like private refinery. Paid, and a page of this are 400,000 naira. There are many like that the government is sponsoring. Look, I'll give you an example. When Albert Einstein got the relativity theory, so 100 scientists formed themselves together, enemies against Einstein. He said, look, if I'm wrong, you only want one. If well subsidy is there, bring the figure. I don't want to hear grammar. Bring the figure. Bring the figure. It's not there. I challenge the minister. Why is the minister interested in Nigerian economy now? When Babangida, Obasanjo employed her, she was paid $247,000. You know the salary of Obama? $400,000. Go and read, in the he said a Nigerian governor salary can employ Obama 5 times over. We are wasting money on ourselves and not on the people. Every society in the world is like a pyramid. The poor people, the common people are the base. The people at the top should not subvert the system before they punish them.
But we've seen in the dailies, also on a regular basis, for instance, today, some advertorials are talking about subsidy, the equation not being balanced, and you also do say that, well, rather than go on the pages of papers advertising some of these, we should just call it debates.
Please.
Let everyone bring their figures.
Please.
And let's go through this.
I challenge them to bring their figures. And within the definition of subsidy, the Nigerian poor subsidize Nigerian wealthy in government. So it is fraudulent. This is fraudulent. I challenge them before they do that. Instead of paying millions for nondescript, non-patriotic consultants, I challenge the government, publish the list of people who are important friends in this country. Publish the list, let's see it. Publish the list. They will not.
Did you have any such list during your time as to who was doing what, which was published and displayed for everyone?
I had no subsidy removal, but the petroleum industry, to the public, is not transparent. If you're in it, it's easy because international communities even inform you. When I was minister, and I'm talking to the world through you, I have intelligence report because some of them will come and tell you something because they want oil. General Buhari is still alive. Look, let's make it short. Let them publish the list. How are you able to crack down bunkers? We know them.
You know, Prof, if we go with your definition of subsidy and the example that you gave, you know, about Gary not being enough, and how if you now begin to import from a neighboring country at a certain cost, as a certain extra cost, you'll, pay the extra, and that extra you pay so that people can actually get
That's subsidy.
It's a subsidy.
Yes.
Now, much as, at least you agree with us that the federal government is importing fuel.
By themselves, for themselves.
But you do agree that they're importing?
Insanity, yes, I do.
Okay, now, if they are importing fuel, you would also agree that it would not be the same at the same price that it will be if we were producing locally.
But must they? The question should be the other way around. Must they? No.
Okay, now, so if they are, the question will be that difference between what would have been if
they should absorb it themselves. They should absorb it because the money goes to them. Look, if fuel is not so lucrative, why are you having so many petrol stations all over the place? New ones are coming up.
But they always say, and that's that maybe you clarify for us the argument about the equation. They say, the equation. That they talk about the subsidy, that the subsidy as it is now benefits only the rich. So by removing it, it's going to be some kind of balance equation that the rich and the poor, they all be on the same level.
Faulty logic. It was by the Minister of Petroleum as a finance herself. I call it convoluted logic. If subsidy is existing, according to you, and you meant it for the common man, but it's not going to the common man. So when you remove it, how will he get it? It's convoluted logic. The president said the same thing. When we remove subsidy, according to him, we'll build more refineries. So kill us first before you if you remove subsidy, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, everything in the country will increase. Subsidy in quotation marks. Let them repair the refineries and sell oil cheap. I've told Obasanjo, go to the television and announce that fuel from next week will be 50 naira per liter. See
Would it be nice to say somehow we have successfully killed NNPC? Is that what you said?
Yes. NNPC. Obasanjo sometimes dictates petrol price himself. How Obasanjo increases petrol price? Not by any other ordinary person, but the group general manager of NNPC, Radua. He appeared before Senate Obasanjo phones them and increase petrol price. And you tell me they are subsidy? Petrol price. So you tell market forces, no market forces.
Prof, yeah, how can we help NNPC get back to that 84 state you talked about?
Good government. Don't select government, elect government. Don't sell your votes. They said some politicians that if you if they fiddle with your vote, lynch them. If they still kill them. Election rigor does more harm to the society than armed robber. If armed robber attacks me, God forbid, my family suffers. Election rigor, the whole country suffers.
Prof, we've seen a whole lot of adjectives, acronyms being put together now. In fact, agencies, structures to support the fact that there's subsidy. For instance, they also talk about the Petroleum Equalization Fund, and then they